Hi, guys.
Let's have an inner child at the Lexus.
Oh, that was cute. That was cute. Hi, guys. How's everybody doing out there? How's everybody going? So, welcome to another open mic night for November 9th, 2017. How's everybody doing on their end? Once again, we chill, we laugh, ask some questions. You can ask me some questions, things like that. First of all, yes, you see at the bottom of the tagline, y'all, you can see what it says. Haven't seen Thor yet. So please don't ask me questions about Thor. Haven't seen it yet. But trust me, I will. And I just shut off my computer. So please don't ask me about that. So how's everybody doing on there? As always, let's see what we got here, and let's see who's here and who's not here in general. So let's check it out, shall we? All right, so pretty much the usual people are here, which I'm not surprised. I mean, you are my pack. That's what I'm gonna start calling my followers, my subs, my pack. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start it. Everybody, almost every YouTuber has some sort of name for their subscribers. I don't think Dashi has one. He doesn't have one. Blasphemous calls them his BH Army, BHD Army. Tyrone Magnus he calls them Magnesites. A couple other people have some names too that I know of, but I'm gonna call you my MVP pack. I'll just call it that. Yeah, you're my pack. Yeah, I'm gonna call you guys my pack. But let's see what's going on, shall we? So what happened today? Well, today, of course, as you all know, is Thursday and Friday are my weekends, really. And these are my days off where I just chill and relax most of the time. Today I picked up got some new novels in today, which is cool. I had ordered them a while ago. They finally came. Really didn't take too long. Took 2 days. Thank you, Amazon Prime. And I wanted to show them off real quick for you guys. And you will see me review these books on the Comic Zone channel, which will be basically where I will put spotlight on independent books and things like that. So I wanted to show you guys. So first off, I wanted to show off is the Legend of Korra novel, Turf Wars Part 1. This is continuing where the Legend of Korra ended, and pretty much Korra and Asame came back from their vacation in the spirit world. They are a couple in this. I skimmed through a little bit, and you see them playing tonsil hockey with each other, and I'm like, all right, that's cool. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to reading this and reviewing this as well. And of course, the one book that I really wanted to get, because I kept seeing it advertised on Facebook and things like that, and I'm all about stuff like this. And it's called Son of Shaolin. This is under Image, and it's written by Jay Longino. He created it, and he's the writer. And artwork is by Canon White. And I skimmed through the artwork, and artwork is beautiful. I'm like, oh yeah. So you'll look forward to reading that as well. So yeah, and of course, I got my main comic reviews and stuff. Yeah, my comic reviews are back. I'm almost finished with the next 2 weeks of books for you guys. And then I'll be moving on to the next 2 weeks. As you guys know, I get my weekly books every other week now. I don't get them weekly anymore. I get them every other week. So when I can have a back-to-back of reviews for that week and this next week. Things like that. I know I picked up. Can't wait to give my thoughts on the new Black Lightning comic that came out. So definitely look forward to that. Indeed. So yeah, once again, let's check and see who's here. Like I said, mostly everybody that I know is here. Missing. Okay, so like I said, my pack is here. This is my pack. Mostly everybody of my betas are here. Let's see. Oh, okay, somebody new. AG, how you doing? Bonk Caesar. Okay. All right. Just recently, also, for all you guys who've been wanting and asking me to do it, yes, I did. I finally put up my thoughts on Zachary Levi and young Mr. Asher Angel, who's going to play Billy Batson, and Zachary Levi is going to be Captain Marvel. So you get to hear what I thought about that. You also get to see me hear how I feel about the whole Brian Michael Bendis going to DC. Check that out. Go check that out. Leave your opinions on those two vids. They were part of the opinion spot. So I'm looking forward to that. So let's start this, shall we? Let's see. Looking at questions. You guys were wondering where I was. I was gonna. I'm sorry that I didn't come on a little earlier. I was occupied with something, so I didn't. I'm sorry. And my computer had to it was doing updates, so you know how sometimes how long those updates take. So I had to wait for my computer to update. But let's see what we got here. Comic Freak X, probably eating. Actually, I was eating too. I had pizza, so I'm not even joking about that. Okay, Travis, what's your favorite beer to drink? I don't really drink too much beer. Travis, I don't really drink it too much. But if I do, most of the time I hit a Corona real quick. Corona is my go-to at times. But I'm not really a beer drinker like that. Mojitos I love mojitos, definitely. I can get down on some vodka at times and some tequila, but I don't drink heavily. Got to keep my youngish figure. No, but no, I don't drink beer like that. I don't know. Beer does nothing to me really. I don't know. Can I react to Riverdale? I tend to I'm going to watch Riverdale. I'm a big Archie fan. But I still have to watch the first season. And thank God for Netflix. I'll watch it there and I'll give my thoughts on it. Sometimes there's still so many shows that I watch that I can't watch everything. Sometimes I just gotta wait and binge it. So I'll probably binge it someday. You're not the first person to ask me that, AG. I'm Mr. Miracle, Tom King's Mr. Miracle. I've read a few issues. Pretty good. Pretty good. But I don't know. I'm not the biggest Mr. Miracle. I love his wife more than I love him. I'm a big Barda fan more than him. But he's still cool. I still give him respect where it is. Bro, what's good? What's good with you? I'm good. I'm cool. So yeah. One thing I want to see is Iron Fist season 2, the Immortal Weapons. Yeah, I think we all do. Favorite Magneto fight? That's a good question. Do I even have a favorite Magneto fight? I don't think I do. I really don't. I mean, anytime he's been in a fight with another powerful being, it's just been cool. But I've never really had a favorite Magneto fight. I'm good, Danny. I'm good. Omnitron. Well, as of right now, Omnitron. So far, the deal that the whole Disney buying Fox, it's dead. As of right now, it's dead. I was excited for it. I had a lot of pros and cons to them buying, Fox, 20th Century Fox. Yeah, it would have been great to have the X-Men and Fantastic Four come home, but when you think about it, it's more like, once again, how would they pull it off? How would they execute it? The only one as of right now, like I said, I've said it before and I'll say it again, the only property I want Marvel to get back right now, especially in Fox and FF, they need it. It'd be great to see the FF home. And say what you want about Fox. I mean, Disney kind of they're a little bit more family oriented. The FF will work perfectly in the MCU because of that family oriented feel that they are. So. But right now it's been dead. I've heard it's dead right now. I gotta check to see what's going on. I don't drink or smoke. Well, I don't smoke, so that's out of the question. I only drink on occasions. I don't drink heavily, so I'll let you know that real quick. Especially at parties and stuff, celebrations and stuff. I'll do it. Nothing like, you will never see me like in my house just drink. I don't like that. Nah. Did you know that at one point Zack Snyder was going to direct a Dragon Ball Evolution? While I doubt we get too much differences, I do think the fights would have been so much better. I don't know. I just don't know. That's just the way I look at it.
Even lower prices. Hundreds of toys now on Lola.
Let's see what else we have. Have you seen the Witchblade anime? I watched it and I liked it. What I was seeing, yeah, I've seen the Witchblade anime. It's okay. It's not even Sarah Pazzini. It's a different character, but it was okay. Travis asked me, how was Courage the Cowardly Dog a kid? How was Courage the Cowardly Dog a kid show? I don't never really remember Courage getting too mature to the point that it wasn't taken as a kid show. I was Cow and Chicken. You should really, I was Cow and Chicken. Kid show. I don't think Courage was that mature, but it was dark. Yeah, there was a lot of dark humor to it. But yeah. It's dark memory. I look back, I'm like, man, this show, I guess I put a focus onto it. This show was darker than what I thought it was. Yeah. Cat was on it. Yeah, when Cats came on, yeah, it was really dark. Comic Freak X. Hey Sean, how you doing? Thoughts on Kale and Khalifa on Dragon Ball Super. I was it's funny because I was just talking to a couple of friends and then talking to Malcolm about this, about the Saiyajins from Universe 6, Kale and Khalifa and all. Yeah, those characters. I don't hate them, but I really think they're pushing them way too fast. They were able to become Super Saiyajins. I was like, it's like, yeah, I get a little tingle in my back, and then And okay, yeah, I'm like golden hair. I'm like, wait, what? Like, it's always been that becoming a Super Saiyan was through pain and anger and things like that. Goku, what happened to Goku? What just happened? He just saw his best friend get killed. Okay, with Trunks, it was the same way. He saw Gohan get killed. Okay, Vegeta, come on, he had that always there, because feeling like he was being left behind, and with Gohan, when he finally did it, Goku was training him like, yeah, find that anger, all that sorrow, and when it came out, he transformed. Uh, but here it's like, and it kind of shows in a few episodes that just passed. It kind of showed that Goku can handle them even at a weaker state. I mean, he was in his normal form and he was handling both of them at a time, and then. But now you're starting to see that now that they're going to fuse together, and they fused together not too long ago, and then in the last episode, and Goku's now getting overwhelmed, and now they're saying that fusion is going to be stronger than Super Saiyan Blue, and I'm just like, yeah, you're pushing them way too fast. Like,
I gotta say that. How is their fusion stronger than Super Saiyan Blue? And Super Saiyan Blue supposed to be the god mode?
It's Super Saiyan God, and then Super Saiyan Blue is next.
So Blue is stronger than God.
Blue is stronger than God.
So basically, and those two can only go just regular Super Saiyan?
Yeah, they can't go, and they can go like the muscular version,
brawlers.
And one of them is basically the female Brawly, like the female, yeah.
But if they can only really go Super Saiyan, and you can by basically fusing, you combine their forces. How are they even saying that they're stronger than Super Saiyan 3 and 4?
Yeah, well, 4 don't exist anymore.
But Super Saiyan 3.
That's why a lot of people, like I said, that's why when I watched Tyrone Magnus's his big rant on it, he was like, "Fuck them, like fuck these characters, these stupid Toriyama, why you fucking up?" Like, I was like, man, you're really pushing these.
It's like, nobody tries to twist it. Is it because they're female?
Yeah, and that's why I'm thinking it may go because they're female, but they shouldn't be that powerful like that. And
I kind of relate to this because it's how you feel about Silk. Now thinking about it.
Yeah. So in that sense, Sean, I don't hate them, but I just think they're getting pushed way too fast, and I'm just like, ain't no way they're, a lot of people can say, oh, well, they beat Goku, but it could be argued that Goku had already been tired. He's tired. He's at a kind of a weakened state, but still, it's just we got to look at it from that point of view. But the point I'm making is, yeah, Sean, they're a little way too overpowered right now, and I'm just like, but we do know Goku's about to hit. He's about to go to Ultra Instinct again. I think in the next episode after this, that's coming up, he does it again. So, which I like. I don't look at Ultra Instinct as a transformation. I look at it as a state that Goku goes where he is basically Goku's left the building and it's just his body reacting. Because if you watch that last fight when he first did it and he was fighting, and the way he moved and you just see his body and he's just like, and he just walked like nobody's there, and he was just walking. His body was just reacting. So it is what it is. Let's see. Hey Nathan, I drink a 6-pack of Guinness every Saturday night. Every Saturday night if I got nothing to do. I've never had Guinness, so that's more of a UK drink. I think more Irish, English, and Scots beer. I think you hear. I hear a lot more Irish Scots and British guys. A couple of friends I have, would always drink that. I never had it. Well, yeah, I kind of agree with that. Yeah, I will. That's another thing I do give a lot of respect for the Irish. Like they know how to handle their liquor, handle their beer. They can handle that real quick, like very tolerable. Let's see. Travis, my favorite. What was it? Travis asked me my favorite fight from Street Fighter 2, the animated movie, was Chun-Li and Vega. Yeah, that was a good fight. I do love that fight, especially the full uncut version. Really good. You know, Chun-Li's in her apartment in New York. Guile's coming to see her, and Bison had sent Vega to kill her, and he got inside her apartment, and he's moving around like he's supposed to be like the Spanish ninja that he is. And if it wasn't for him, if it wasn't for Chun-Li noticing her lamp moving from him moving, she would have got caught. And as soon as she looked up, he was coming down. But that was a good fight, and got Vega just enjoying his work, cutting her up. He's a sadist. He's sick in the head. And then Chun-Li just got pissed, and she picked up her own couch and tossed it at him. And next she just started beating the shit out of him. It was so funny. And then I remember she gave him a foot burn on his foot, and he's like, "Oh, my beautiful face, you bitch! I'll make you suffer." It's like, oh my god. But yeah, that was a good fight. Street Fighter 2 animated movies still to this day is probably one of the best in the animated version of Street Fighter. It's well, I won't say, because now you got Street Fighter, Assassin's Fist, and all of them that just blows anything Hollywood has done out of the water. No, I guess it was a series.
Yeah, Street Fighter 2. I mean, that's Street Fighter 2 is a movie.
So yeah,
what was the Legend of Chung?
Legend of Chung. Oh god, don't even mention that.
Those words not only spoken but written by Michael Bidwell. Team president of the Cardinals had Tillman statue outside the stadium here. Had Tillman touched so many in the Valley. His time in Arizona State, Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year, inspirational player in the secondary after 87th figure.
Let me see what else. Hold on, guys.
Decision after 9/11 to sign up.
All right, let's see what else we got. Okay. I'm in Sean. Okay. Mr. Emerald, favorite SpiderMan moment? I got too many of those, dudes. That's not even really a question. That could be a whole video itself. One of my favorite Spider-Man moments, I can say right off the bat, that just pops in my head real quick, is when Spidey fucked up Kingpin, beat the crap out of him. And this was right after Back to Black, where Kingpin was going to get out of jail. He's just going to walk out of jail, and Peter came in a black costume, and Peter was just like, no, Spider-Man's not going to beat you up. Pop the mask on. He's like, Peter Parker is. Beat Kingpin up so badly, picked him up by his chest, and was like, you're not going anywhere. He's like, now crawl back to your cell. That was a moment that just showed you that don't screw with Peter's family. Don't screw with his family. And it just shows you the capability that this guy can do if he wanted to. And I think that was one of the cases for, why, we've seen Aunt May in situations like that before, but it's just like, it wasn't as if I never seen Peter like this before. No, I've seen him like that before. You just don't screw with his family. That's it. So that's like one moment. Let's see. I don't mean to bring this current, but what's up with all these sexual harassments right now? Yeah, Nate, I've been I put that on Facebook not too long ago. Like now, all these sexual harassment cases are coming out. Corey Feldman came out and said he had a list of everybody who has done it. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, it's crazy, you know. But the one they're talking about the most is Kevin Spacey. That's the one that's just been brought up lately. You know, he came out and said now he's gay. And, you know, thing about that is people like Wanda Sykes and George Takei, you know, they're like, the fuck you using that as an excuse for it, you know. And it is kind of an excuse. Like some guy basically accused you of sexual harassment, but then you come out and say after how long you've been in Hollywood and you've been an actor for so how long, you finally come out and say, oh, but I'm gay. I'm gay, so that can't be true. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, he didn't say it couldn't be true.
no, I'm saying that. Like
he apologized, but his biggest thing was that when sexual orientation,
yeah,
that's just still
smoke screen and everything. So yeah, you know, it is what it is. You know, I don't like it. So far, you know, there hasn't been any besides Kevin Spacey, Dustin Hoffman. There hasn't been any other of my favorite actors that have really been accused of anything, and I'm glad. I told Malcolm this before. It's like if somebody that I love, yeah, I'm gonna be hurt, really hurt. Like truly, truly love, I'm gonna be hurt. Like don't, you know, I don't play that sexual harassment, you know, at all. You know, it's just as worse as rape. You know, I don't play that, and hitting a woman, I don't play that either. So yeah, it bothers me. It does. Moving on. Kale and Khalifa are the Roman Reigns of. Yeah, kind of. Oh, yeah, they kind of are. We have Mirage Leonardo. Hey, man, it's uh, Thaddeus. Hey, Thaddeus. Okay, question. Have you ever seen the anime Mobile Suit Gundam Double O? And if so, what do you think of it? I'm still catching up on a lot of uh, Gundams I've missed. So, but I'm a big Gundam fan. Everybody knows that about me. I'm a big Gundam fan. I have my favorites. I have my least favorite ones. But I'm a big Gundam fan, all in all. Charles asked me, how much are you enjoying Justice League Action? I've been enjoying it very much. It's fun. I don't really take it too seriously at times, but it's just fun. The last episode dealt with Mr. Miracle, actually. Mr. Miracle and Batman needed him to rescue Big Barda. Their boyfriend and girlfriend in this show, not husband and wife. I remember when they finally brought in Mr. Terrific. I don't necessarily like the way they got Mr. Terrific. Like he's got the purple is purple tee. He got Laker colors. I'm like, no, just go back to the black, white, and red. You know that color. But and Dr. Professor Stein had like a rivalry with him or something. It's pretty funny. I find that funny. Indeed. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Let's see. Who else we got here? Have you played Attack on Titan game for PS4? You mean the Attack on Titan game for the multi-system? I've seen it. It looked fun. You know, I played a lot of anime games. I just recently played Berserk and the Hawks. You know, the game based off of Berserk. You know, the anime Berserk. You know, Guts and all Gatsu and all those. I had that. I was running that from GameFly. So it was pretty fun, indeed. I just sent it back recently. I just mailed it back to them. It's fun. It's a hack and slash game. It's like Dynasty Wars and stuff. It's made by the people who made Dynasty Wars. Uh, indeed. Let's see. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Okay. Comic Freak X asks me, are you donuts? Donuts play Street Fighter 5 online. What? Do you mean, do I play Street Fighter 5 online? Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah, I do. Last night I was playing Street Fighter 5 online. I went back to back. I had a good matchup with this kid from Mexico. He was playing as Akuma, and I was playing as Ryu, and we kept going back and forth for each other. It was really good. It was fun. I won one set, then he came back and won another set, and he won again. I made him, actually put him on like my favorite list. Like, hope I can fight him again. It was really good. It was fun. It's funny just to see Akuma in this game. He looks like a damn lion. It's so funny. He's got all his hair now. It's so funny. But yeah, I'm gonna say this right now to Capcom: when you do, and you will, I know you will, when you make Street Fighter 6, which I know, just go with that story mode that you did now.
Sounds like you're on the fence. Why don't I just leave you?
Because when you play that DLC, it made the game feel much better. It's like, this was so cool to see the members of, the cast of Street Fighter in a story trying to deal with Bison. But I tell you one thing, leave that stupid ass Fang gone. This should be only his only game. Don't bring him back. I hated that guy. I hated Fang. I was just like, oh.
Across the board and see that he became a fan favorite. If he becomes a fan favorite,
I hope not. I hope not. I couldn't stand him. It's so stupid. Let me see what else next. So, but if you're asking, you put donuts, Sean. I don't know if you messed up writing or not, but I do play Street Fighter 5 on like Ultra Instinct is not a form, it's a state of mind. Yeah, it's not a transformation, and I know a lot of people are already starting to. How come Vegeta can't do it? This is how I always describe Goku and Vegeta. Goku's like a tree with his roots sunk in the earth. He's stable. He's not going to move unless he wants to be moved. When he fights, he's like a combat master. Vegeta is like a wild animal, bearing his claws. He's ready to strike. He's different. And that state of mind that Goku has achieved, it's like you can't, people have to kind of stop comparing them to like that. Because there should be, personally to me, there should be some things that Goku can do, and there should be some things that Vegeta can do, and some things that Goku can only do that Vegeta can't do, and vice versa. But it's just like, when you think about it, it's like Vegeta never went level 3. He didn't go level 3. He never was able to achieve that. So, it is what it is. And yeah, without cheating, without going. Yeah, well, I don't. It's not canon, but yeah, still, it wasn't.
In a way, it's almost like Toriyama. You don't count Toriyama.
Yeah.
Vegeta's. I guess it's to keep with what's been his character arc of his resentment towards Goku, that Goku, who was low on the totem pole,
he's a low grade soldier, and he's a prince.
But he was able to achieve more. I guess it fits for Vegeta sadly, to always be playing catch up.
Yeah. Yeah. So it is. It is. Okay, let's go. All people talking about it. If you could take any video game and make it into an anime series, what game would you pick? I got a bunch. Bayonetta. Already got a Devil May Cry. That was good. Army of Two. Army of Two would be good. Hell, even a God of War anime would be great.
Wait, from the anime?
Yeah, video game turned to
I
anime.
know one God Hand.
God Hand. Yeah, God Hand would be great. That'd be fun. That'd be a fun one. Yeah, there's too many. Okay, that's Danny's talking to someone. Okay. I saw some videos from the Australian Zoo, and Steve Irwin's son was doing them, and I swear to the Lord above, this kid is almost exactly carbon copy of his father. Oh, yeah, yes, I heard like Steve Irwin's son is really a chip off the block. He's just like his dad. I just don't hope he ends up like his dad. I don't want that, but oh no. Let's move on from that. What was your saddest Gundam moment? Saddest Gundam moment. There were some sad moments I remember in G Gundam, like that I got a little emotional about.
That score.
Huh? Yeah, those scores. Yeah, those scores don't help. Like anytime Rain and Domon were together, and he couldn't really profess himself to her. Like those are good moments. Not very sad, but they were kind of, and I think when he finally admitted that he loved her, and I was like, that got me. I was like, oh God, that got me. Comic Freak X. Hey Chris, is Gamefly worth it? Is that what you mean? Gamefly, in my opinion, is worth it. Especially if you're a gamer and you got especially there's so many games coming out and you can't get them all. It's worth it. It is worth it. You pick a plan of how many games you rent out for a month. At the end of let's say you start your Gamefly account the 30th of this year or so. Your next payment will be the 30th of the next month. So you have a month and you can pick one game, 2, 3, 4. You can rent 4 games out, and if you like them, I'm sure you've seen the commercials, Sean. If you like them, you can keep them. You just got to pay how much they want for it. Over time, you level up. The longer you stay with them, you level up to the point where you may only pay. You get a lot of savings, like 5% off of gamings now, and you get coupons. And the longer you stay on, once you reach level 3, you get like 10% off of games you buy. It's really fun. It's really cool. Recently, they just recently sent out the next game for me that was in my list and it's the new Sonic game, Sonic Forces. I saw Dashi playing, and I was like, I saw the gameplay of it at E3 and I then get Dashi played it, and I was like, this game looks really fun. I've been a Sonic fan, for a long time. I want Sonic to be back to kind of his glory days, and I think Mania was in a good way, which it was going, even though that was not made by Sega, but this new one just really seemed to be fun. I watched Sonic get his ass beat down by Chaos, Shadow, this new character that seemed to be faster than Sonic. And you create a character that was really fun. It looked fun. Dashi was playing and it looked fun. I was like, yeah, I want my queue list, and usually I don't really get newer games right away, but this one actually came. I was like, whoa! So it actually been sent to me. So yeah. What did you think of Justice League Power Rangers crossover comic? It was pretty good. Yeah, Justice League Power Rangers. It was pretty fun. A little inconsistency though with some of it. I didn't get a lot of it. Like some of it with the whole, since they were dealing with Lord Zed, and I'm just like, okay, then how is these people and things like it was just kind of weird at times. But it was interesting. It was fun. Ryu versus Iron Fist, who wins? We actually got a teaser of that in Ryu's ending in Marvel's Capcom 3, I think. You saw Ryu is about to fight Danny. Haruno Satsu versus the power of the Iron Fist. Man, that's a good question. I want to say maybe a draw, depending on it. I'd probably say minor draw. The Fatal Fury animes. Oh yeah, of course. I have those on. Don't have them on DVD. I have those on box VHS. It's up there. It's up there. You can't see it. Still, I love Fatal Fury, and it was great to see those movies. Hunger Wolf. Then there's the next one with Terry fought Geese Howard. Then the last one was the motion picture where the armor of Godimus and things like that. And Terry, there was a guy in there. I remember his name was Jamet, and he kind of fought he had like all the same techniques as Terry. He had instead of a burning knuckle, he called it bruised knuckle. Or when he did Terry does power geyser and he had a called Earthquaker. I was just like, he had the same moves. Yeah, Jamet. It was, and then there was even one time where they used their burning knuckle, and they just was, and then he had just gave up, and he asked Terry asked him, why'd you give up? And it's cool. But I always loved Terry Bogard, the Bogard brothers. I got my favorite scenes in those movies too. Like, there was a scene in the motion picture where basically Andy had to sit there and watch the guy Howard, pretty much have his way almost with Mai, because they were dating, and he was kissing her, and Andy got pissed, and he got beat. Then they came back the next time, and Andy was ready for him. And I remember that scene. That's my favorite scene too. One of my favorites. And he's up on top of the roof, and he's like, and then how they shot that scene was really good. The animation was good, but you couldn't really see Andy's eye, like it was like in a shadow, but you like saw a little tingle. And then Andy's just like, I think it was like Howard basically said, okay, look, there's the other pretty one. And then he's like, okay, you bastards. He's like, this time he jumps right off the roof and he does his shogun kick. He's like, you're dead. And he blocked it. No, they moved out the way. And the guy threw like an energy projectile. And Andy just came out, with his bullet elbow he does, which caught the guy right in the side of the chin. It's so funny. Yeah. And then the other girl, Connie, I think she's gonna attack Andy. It's like, oh, you're dying, and Mike threw her, her fan and right in the kidneys, and then she did her super B attack, which was, it was really cool. I don't know if she killed her, but and then he got back up, and he just hit him with his palm. He went, boom, pop, and because at one point you just saw Andy, he was training, He was just using his palm on his tree. Bam! And he was hitting this tree so hard with just his palm. The tree was shaking. It was cool. I always loved the Bogart brothers. Really good. You know. Joe had some, and I'm a big Joe Higashi fan too. Yeah. Anyway, taking off for the night. Yeah. Thanks. Have a good night. Oh, I love anime movie first. I would love an anime movie of the first Parasite Eve. Oh yeah, Paris. I could go with that. What do you think about the 50 Shades of Grey? Man, I think it is a bunch of steaming pile of fake orgasmic crap. I can't wait for it to end. How about you, Chris? Nathan, I don't even pay those movies any mind. I'm not into that stuff. You know, that's about it. You know, I really don't pay it no mind. What are your thoughts on the WBCW making Darkseid stronger than Superman in the DC? I don't mind it. Why shouldn't he be? It's Darkseid. He said it before. I'm a god. You may be a man, but I am a god, Kryptonian. And it's just like, hey, nothing wrong with that. Hi, Perry. Have you played Batman: Enemy Within? I have it on my Xbox One. I haven't touched it yet. That game you'll be seeing me upload that on my main channel. People ask me like, okay, what I get asked a lot. I get asked, okay, what goes on your gaming channel, Chris, and what goes? Okay, my gaming channel will have just other games, things like that. What goes on? What games go on my main channel? And this channel is retro gaming and any game that deals with superheroes. So any superhero game that I feel like will go up here. So the next Batman stuff, the Telltale Batman's, the Telltale Guardians of the Galaxy game, the SpiderMan game. When that drops, that's going right up here. That's going to be uploaded here. You know, stuff like that. And retro gaming, you know, where I just play retro gaming and things like that. But everything else will go on my gaming channel. Indeed. As a kid, I was scared of the wrestler Ming. Who wouldn't be scared of that guy? Travis. You should hear the stories about Ming. Yeah, so yeah, I don't blame you. I do not blame you at all being scared of him. That's just how it is. Do you ever think it's weird how very few Hercules adaptations showcase his archery skills? Some, yeah, I mean, some of them I do. I mean, let's see. Going back to, I've seen practically almost as many Hercules adaptations I could. And sometimes they focus more on his strength than his skills. But when you got to give a lot of credit to Mr. Kevin Sorbo. When his Hercules came around, you saw more of his other traits that he could do, like his archery skill. You saw him do a lot of archery in that. Besides just, you know, showcasing his strength. I believe in the Hercules that Rock did, he showcased his archery a little bit more in that too. But yeah, Hercules is a great archer. He's a really good archer. So yeah, definitely. Let's see. Moving on. What Spidey villain do you want in Spidey sequel, Raven? Hey, Stan. What's good, Chris? Hey, my question is, have you ever heard of Voltage Fighter. It was, yeah, I have that too. Matter of fact, hold on. Okay. Yeah, guys, I'm on my bed, so yeah. Like I said, here's the complete box set of the Fatal Fury. It's got all 3 movies. This is just the VHS stuff because it's hard to find the DVDs, and when you do find, they're arm and a leg for them because they're so rare. And yeah, see, Ken, Voltage Fighter. There you go. I used to be a part of this anime club that used to, every month they would send me anime movies, and I only had to pay like $5 a month for it. It was, but it ended. So yeah, I remember. I have that. Yep. Let's see. I'm not talking about Ultimate. I'm not talking about Ultimate Marvel Capcom 3. I'm talking about just regular one, not Ultimate. Okay. Take care. Take care. I'm done. All right. Oh, what the hell, man?
Only points in the corner of field goal by the Cardinals after 3 in Arizona. 15-7.
Let's see. What's the next question?
Tonight, Vernon has the voice of Miley Cyrus.
Look at that smile. Down her smile. Comic Freak X. How are you enjoying Flash so far? I'm enjoying Flash. This episode that just passed was pretty fun with the bachelor party. It was funny seeing Barry drunk. That was hilarious. I love chicken wings. That was hilarious. But you know, Barry can't get drunk, so Cisco made up some concoction that allowed him to kind of get that feel of getting buzzed. But yeah, it was a fun episode. You know, Katie Sackhoff was in that episode. Everybody knows that Caitlin can like switch in between being Killer Frost, which I think is pretty cool. She seems now kind of, you know, being open and more about it. Ralph is still kind of being Ralph, you know, elongated man. He's about to get a costume, somewhat of a costume in the next episode. And Joe he's scared to be a dad again. You know, he's really scared. You know, he's older now, so yeah, you know, but that was probably the biggest shocker too, is like Joe's gonna be a dad again. You know,
showing that previously on Flash.
Yeah. So yeah, and as of right now, you know, the Thinker, you know, he's just there right now. It's like he's not really interacting with the Flash as much. You know, they just recently had this metahuman. His tears were like a drug. I was just like, what the fuck is this? Like, but yeah, I've been enjoying Flash so far. To me, Supergirl's kind of gone down a little bit because they're getting a little way too political now. And I'm just like, yeah, okay, this is, you know, I really feel bad that, you know, Maggie and Alex broke up. And the only reason why that's happened is because the actress who played Maggie Sawyer, she, you know, she's obligated to another show, so she can't be on the show as much. So that's messed up. But the way they played it off, it actually makes sense because Alex wants to be a mom, but Maggie doesn't. And you know, sometimes that can lead to breakups. Like, you know, you want to be a parent, but your spouse or doesn't want that. That's pretty good. I mean, I'm not giving up on Supergirl, but I'm just saying the pacing is a little different. Believe it or not, I have not watched Arrow yet since it came back. It's just being taped on my DVR every time. I'm just like, okay, I'll watch it later. Kind of the same thing a little bit with Legends, you know, but it's cool. It's still cool. Let's see what else we got here. Have you ever read the Vertical series Fables? I've read a little bit. Heard a rumor that an adaptation of Ninja Scroll is on the way. What are your thoughts? I've heard that rumor. Ninja Scroll, one of my favorites. Another one of my favorites. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see.
Which was a very interesting moment over there. Take a look at the very end of this play. Does this happen legally or not?
Okay, let's see what else we got here. This is from Spectre Bot. Oh wait, no, I'm missing a question. So, Synchron, you asked me, am I reading Dark Knight Metal? No, I'm not. I really have no interest in reading it, unless any book I am reading that ties into it, then I'm kind of reading it. Okay, now Spectre Bot. Hey Chris, here's my question: have you ever met Stanley? Yes, I have. I have met him briefly, not like really. I met him back in 1996. That was the first time, and saw him at Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con, 2016. But I didn't meet him there. But I shook his hand, you know, at the comic convention I went to back in '96. But it was so fast, you know, because everybody's like, okay, now you gotta move. You know, it was different. But I have met him. It's always fun meeting your favorite creators in comics, and trust me, I've met a lot that have been special and have touched me. I said it before and I'll say it again. Me and Gail Simone meant everything to me. That meant everything to me, and hell, it's to even let you guys know how much. I mean, it's my wall. It's my wallpaper on my phone. Look at that. That's me meeting her at this year's Comic-Con, which is fun. It was just a blast. And I tweeted her, and she tweeted me back. You know, she enjoyed me and Malcolm. She thought, you know, it was fun. So it was a lot of fun. I know she's being the guest of honor at the New Jersey Comic Expo. I'm happy for her. Indeed. What? Text him someone. Shaq, sorry guys, I'm texting. Let's see. What do we have next?
Experience with USA has been excellent. They always refer to me as Master Sergeant. They really appreciate it.
Comic Freak X. Comic Freak X. Are you gonna get the new Star Wars game? I'm really interested in that game. That comes out November 17th as well. I saw it, and I'm really interested in that game. It has a story to it, so it looks like it's gonna be fun. So I am interested in that. I'm definitely gonna check that out. Are you gonna get Xbox One X? No. No, I'm not. I have no interest and no interest. I just have no interest in getting the Xbox One X. I don't. If I already got an Xbox One, I don't need another one. What I mean, let's look at it. What is the X really for, Sean? Think about it. It's just got a bit more like tech inside it, I guess, to make the games look more realer. And that's fine, but I don't need that. I don't need it. I'm fine with what I got. I don't need it. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. Comic Freak X, Inspector Box. Wow. Yeah. Comic Freak X, have you heard about the new Red Sonja movie? Yeah, there's rumor that they're scripting a new Red Sonja movie. Good, you know, to see the She-Devil back out there. I said before, you should get Gail Simone, Marjorie Bennett, and Amy Chun as help them write the damn script, or get them as creative consultants. It'd be great. I'm all for that. It was supposed to be a Red Sonja movie way back when Rose McGowan was going to be Red Sonja, and she was in great shape. She was huge. I'll never forget when she was doing an interview, and it was at a Comic-Con, and San Diego Comic-Con, and compared to the guy who was interviewing her, she looked incredibly big. I was like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I definitely gonna check it out. I would definitely love to see them bring it. Have you been enjoying this? I love the Spirit. I love the Spirit. You know, and I've always said it. Thank you, Dynamite, for getting the license for the Spirit, because when New 52 came out, Spirit wasn't going to do anything. So I'm glad that DC doesn't have the Spirit. I've enjoyed the Spirit a lot. That's Warren Ellis's baby, man. I like the comics. I don't like the movie. But yeah. Charles, what do you think is the best defense player in the NFL? Aaron Donald of the Rams, Von Miller of the Broncos, or Kelly Mack? I haven't seen all those guys play, so I can't really give you a definitive answer. I've seen Mack play, and he's pretty damn good. Let's see. All right. Any more questions? Hurricane, do you want Deadshot in the Batman Telltale series? Most likely, all these villains are going to show up somewhere down the line. Right now, I know they recently just added Harley into the Telltale series. So they're all going to come in regardless. What's going on Facebook? Let's see. Oh yeah, I wanted to let you guys know, especially Ken, because I know he was following me on this. I will not be going to the anime convention next week. I'm not going, but I will still. I'm going to save that cosplay I was telling you, Ken, for the next Comic-Con. I'm definitely. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to save that. I actually want to go. Definitely next year's Comic-Con. I want to go all 4 days, and dress up either 3 out of the 4 days. And I've already been looking at who I want to dress up as for this year's Comic-Con. I dressed up as Hitman, Agent 47. So I know one of the characters I have been thinking about is Snake Eyes, where I can really be in character. Like, I won't talk the whole time I'm there. Just like do gestures and thumbs up, and because that's Snake Eyes don't talk. You know, he's always just thumbs up or something like that. Yeah. Did you ever like the Return to Superman story? I'm about to read it for the 3rd time. I love it. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I think I've told this to everybody before. When Superman died, I actually laughed. I thought it was pretty funny. I ain't gonna lie. I thought that was funny because it's like, you know. That's one of the things that led to the bad run of comics in the 90s. Oh, yeah, but no, I laughed because, it was to that point. As much as I love Superman, there was also a part to me. I didn't want him dead. It was just there are points that I look at Superman, I'm like, you want somebody to just come up and smack him one time, like, yeah, but yeah, it was pretty funny though. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, okay, you guys are talking about that. Yeah. It's pretty cool as well, guys, because I think in February DC is coming out with for the first time ever Mira is getting her own comic. I'm all over that. Oh, Mira. Oh, yeah. Mira. Indeed. Yes, Mira. I think it's gonna be a 6-part miniseries. So yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely see. This is how it is. What the? There's supposed to be a Superman open world game. There's a concept of a Superman open world game coming out. I saw it. I was like, concept art. So I'm like, okay. Very much okay. You know, think about Superman. You know, is it hard to make a video game based on him? Depends. You know, because first of all, you know, the challenge I think is, you know, and just bosses, you know, because like this is Superman we're talking about, so how you play that off. You know, the last Superman game that I played was Superman Returns. Yeah. And I just like breaking the sound barrier, flying all the way up. He's breaking the sound barrier, sonic boom, bam, and that was about it.
What's everyone thankful for?
Spectre Bot, have you read the Teenage Mutant Turtles Ghostbuster crossover? If so, what did you think of it? Yeah, I read the first one. I'm reading the second time they're going.
Yeah, I'm pretty thankful for me too.
I enjoy. What the hell? Oh.
Yo, check it out, dog. That was just all right for me. I mean, got to walk, you got to.
So yeah, I really enjoy. I enjoyed the first one. I mean, it's funny to put the Turtles and Ghostbusters together, but you didn't think it was gonna work. But the way they wrote it, it was just like, oh yeah, actually, kind of makes sense.
Surprising. What's not surprising? How much money Lisa?
It kind of makes sense, and I'm looking forward. And I'm reading the sequel.
15 minutes quick debut, 15% or more. Jean has had a rough life. When she was 6, her imaginary friend moved to Canada. Telemarketers hang up on her. Someone else wets her bed. But Jean feels like a champion because she's eating tasty, protein-powered, wonderful pistachios.
You thought you were out there.
Spider-Man Telltale game. I don't know. The Telltale game for Spider-Man, it wouldn't feel right because it's like kind of stop motion. Like this new Spider-Man game that's coming out is perfect, and they won't be able to do it anyway. You know, Telltale's wouldn't be able to do it. But this one that's coming out, yeah, definitely looking forward to. Indeed, you know, you got is Peter. They said he's like 24 in this game, so he's already been Spider-Man. So it's not like you're starting young and he's a rookie. He's not a rookie. He's got like experience, like 8 years of experience. I'm glad that they put Mr. Negative in the game because the way they describe it, the best Spider-Man stories are when both of his worlds come to collide together, and that is real. That's real. That's real. Whenever Spider-Man's worlds collide, Peter Parker and Spider-Man's lives collide, those are the best stories. Those are some of the best stories that he has. So it's going to be really good to see that this game play out. And I know it does play a little bit like the Arkham series, but the Arkham series could have worked for Spider-Man. It's not even a question that it couldn't. And I'm looking forward to it. I love watching that gameplay footage of the Spider-Man game. I've watched that like over and over and over just because I love watching it. You know, I love how he web slings and he can cut corners when he's going around the buildings and stuff. It's just fun to watch. Indeed. And then the latest trailer was really good too.
Directly runs into his teammate Sheldon Richardson.
What would you think of a Scooby-Doo Ghostbusters crossover? That'd be funny. That would be kind of funny. It'd be believable to do it. would have to be real ghosts. Like, I could have seen them doing a cartoon remember when the Japanese artists were doing it during the late 90s, with like Zombie Island and all those other ones, The Witch's Ghost, where they were really dealing with real threats, real supernatural threats. That's definitely when I could have seen them do it. Those to me were some of the best in terms of Scooby-Doo's longevity. When they finally started going a little bit more mature with him. And Zombie Island still is one of my favorite Scooby-Doo movies. I remember when Cartoon Network was advertising that like crazy. And they did a good job of advertising it too. Like for 30 or for 40 years, they unmasked over, like they gave it like a real amount of numbers of people they've unmasked. And then, but this time, the monsters are real. It was perfect. That was just so great. Oh, you guys are talking this. Doomsday versus One Punch Man. I try not to put One Punch Man in fights because anime characters are just kind of overly powerful, and One Punch Man is definitely up there. I took pictures with a guy dressed up as One Punch Man. It was funny. He actually did the whole zoning out. That's so funny.
Use the Kia Sorrento for $229 a month, or get up to $3,000 cash back at Kia's Light Up the Holiday sales
You cannot wear a Raiders jersey at my family's Christmas dinner.
Oh, that's so fun. You still want a Daredevil game? Yeah. Of course. Of course. Of course I do. Of course I do it. Of course I still want a Daredevil game. Let's see. Still want a new X-Men game. Yeah, I'd take a new X-Men game. That'd be fun.
I was gonna think, was the last X-Men game really the X-Men Legacy?
Yeah.
Damn,
that was it. That last one that came out for Xbox 360. That was it. That was the last one.
Seattle comes in with exactly the right game plan. Carson Palmer knows it. Richard Sherman.
Hey, that was too quick.
Watching that game last week, there was no way
And
to let Adrian
the whole thing of Victory was kind of false advertising because it played the game story played out the same way.
Oh, what happened?
X-Men Legacy.
Oh yeah.
They advertised that like it's almost like out of butterfly effect. Okay, your choices.
Yeah.
The game starting to play out the same way where you got to go against Bastion. Yeah, it was still end up the same way. You just be about to be on Magnus, you about to be a part of the Brotherhood, or you be part of the X-Men, but nothing else really was changed.
Except for your costume.
Yeah, that's it. So it was like, okay.
Do you want a Venom game?
At the end of the game, everything on the line, and Larry Fitzgerald just took over the game. I mean, remarkable plays. And
Do I want a Venom game? I don't know. It's like I like Venom, but it's just outside of
whatever it was Flash.
Okay, Flash Venom. I would like to. That would be interesting. The way they would play that off. Let's see. Rest. I'm gonna look at the questions from mostly now from here now because this seems to be loading a lot faster now. Spectre bot asked me, did Tyrone Magnus inspire you to become a reactor? I remember you said Tyrone. Yeah, he pretty much did. I started my reactions from watching him do it. But a lot of people will tell you that you see a lot of other inspirations. When I do my reactions, you see a lot of other people in there. Other famous YouTubers. And I don't mind that. It's kind of cool that I get put into that category with guys like Dashi. You know, people say, you remind me of Dashi. I'm like, hey, thanks. You know. But yeah, Tyrone definitely. I had a chance to meet him. He was at Comic-Con. I had a chance to meet him, but I was online waiting for Gail Simone. My brother met him. Actually took a picture with him and everything. But yeah, Tyrone and I have a lot in common. You know, it's funny how much we have in common, and never talked or never communicated. I mean, he's into wrestling. I'm into wrestling. He's in the games. I'm in the games. I think I know maybe a little bit more about comics than he does, but he does like the stuff, and you can see. I learned that keeping my genuine reaction, like when I see something like oh my God, that was great. You know, I get excited for it. You know, it's my genuine reaction to certain things. You know, but yeah, he kind of is. Yeah, he was at New York Comic Con. He even took pictures. You know, he did even like a live vlog of him, and he was there with I guess his friend, his lady friend. You know, he was there. I didn't get to see him though, but it was still fun. Maybe next time. You know. Wow. What the hell? Let's see.
Number 31 is sitting right there. You could be the bravest person on the face of the earth, and you're still
I can't. His friend, Miss Jackson's. Really, dude? Really? You got to go there with that? Come on. You got to call her a bitch? Like, chill with that, dude. Yeah, Charles. Oh, Charles, chill with that, man. Like, Barry, are you looking forward to Incredibles 2? Yeah. I think we all are. I think we all are. I think we all are looking forward to that. And they say the sequel is going to pick up right where the first one left off. That's kind of interesting to do that, though. Like, it's been like how many years is that? I think so.
So that would make it 14 years in the making.
Yeah.
Well, did Toy Story 2 take place right after the first one?
I think it did. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Now, wait a minute. Now, who is this? Will Miser. You said you're scared of aliens. How about Graves? Now, first of all, I never said I was scared of the xenomorphs. I'm not scared of those. It's the face huggers that I'm scared of. Those are not. That's big difference. The Grays. No. The Grays. What's that from again? What the hell? Hold on.
With every stop by chance from the defense.
Oh, just the alien. No. Oh my God, really? You know, just what the aliens look like, the stereotypical look. What? I'm trying to. Oh, yeah. Next, got a question from another question. Did you see the full cast of the Lion King movie? Yeah, I did. That's not a bad cast for the for the Lion King live action or CGI or whatever it's about to be movie. You got of course. You got Mr. James Earl Jones coming back as Mufasa. You got Choel Ecclefort, who's going to be Scar. So you got Baron Zemo coming as Scar. You got Donald Glover going to be Simba. I think the only one that's really kind of threw me off a little bit was the Beyonce one. Like, she's going to be Nala. That's probably the only one that's like throwing me off a little bit. Yeah. Don't put that because her beehive will go butt crazy. Yeah, those people are crazy, man. Damn cult. That's what I look at it. That's what. Are you a X-Files fan? If so, what are your thoughts on season 10? And did you see the trailer for 11? I'm more of my father's a big X-Files fan. I've watched X-Files, but not like I have not watched a complete season of X-Files since it aired. That's my dad's show. My dad loves that show. It's cool, but and that music, that theme. I'm sorry, but I can't stand her. I did not like her imitation stance. And okay, but yeah, I mean, Miss Jackson, one of his friends, one of his female friends. No, she's light skinned. Oh, because that's another one. The one that was at Comic-Con. Didn't you see her?
She was Wonder Woman.
Yeah, she was Wonder Woman. Yeah, no, he's talking about Miss Jackson. It is what it is. Like, it could be. Last. Did you hear that the Classic Superman theme will be in Justice? Yep, I heard that. That's cool. I don't even think you can call it the classic. Just call it the classic Superman theme. Because when you hear that theme, you know it's Superman. It's just like, I don't know how you not know Batman's theme. Yeah, I'm talking to you kids to react.
I can't wait to watch Tennessee.
Which one?
That one.
That, come on. Yeah, but come on. Batman, you know what? Like, you got crazy. Yeah, that's Arkham. Yeah, Arkham. Yeah, they use it. They use it in Arkham too.
I know what the X-Men movie thing is, but when I think of X-Men, I first think of anime.
When you think of X-Men, most people. Let's see. What are your thoughts on IDW publishing Sonic the Hedgehog? Wait, Sonic's going to IDW now? I thought he was with Archie Comics. Wow, that's interesting.
Sacrificed so much, and when I asked myself, what did they sacrifice for? And what was the purpose? It was to protect our freedoms.
Nathan, you asked me. I've heard that a Lethal Weapon 5 may be in the works, but this is stupid. Lethal Weapon on the movies has ran its course. As I like what they're doing with the TV series. What do you think? Yeah, I heard.
Behind the songs we've loved for decades. Tomorrow, only on Today.
Yeah, I've heard the them Richard Donner and all of them thinking about making, could have another go at it. I wouldn't mind it to really end the chapter between Riggs and them, like them retire or something. Like this is their retirement. Like that'd be interesting. And I've always said I would love to see like the next generation. But once again, like I said, if Lethal Weapon 4 was supposed to be what 99, Riggs' son would only be like 98. So Riggs' son wouldn't even be a teenager yet. Riggs' son.
If they came out 2008. It's not. They came out 2008 and they're going with real time. Yeah, he'll be 20.
Okay. So if they
Riggs and
Murtaugh's grandson, yeah, they would be. So the way they would be 20.
So they'll probably maybe just be coming.
They could be coming out of the academy and following almost in their granddad and their.
I could see maybe some of that, even though they're new.
Yeah.
They find something almost kind of like End of Watch.
Yeah.
Something that's way too big for it.
That'd be cool. I could actually see that. If they pull it off something like that, I can go with that. I do love what they're doing on the TV show. It's different. I do like what they're doing on the TV show with Damon Wayans and all of them. So far it's probably one of the, out of all the TV series that were based off movies that got, it's probably the most successful. They tried so many other shows based off of movies to continue the story, and it hasn't really worked out. Rush Hour didn't make 10 episodes. Rush Hour, Limitless, I thought had potential because Bradley Cooper was behind it, and his character would come back, but I think they just didn't last. Then you had the reason why that show ended because Bill Paxton passed away. Training Day. That's the only reason why that show ended, because Bill Paxton. Jesus Christ, I still can't believe that. But yeah, sometimes the shows just, they can't really.
Bradley McDougal's out there. Delano Hill.
Just sometimes you just can't. I don't know. Sometimes you just can't capture it. But I remember in one interview that they did after when they were celebrating the 20th anniversary of it, both Danny Glover and Mel said no, he wouldn't do it. Renee Russo definitely said she wouldn't do it. But you know, who knows? Things change, people change, and you know, maybe we're starting to see Mel do more movies. I mean, he's in that new Daddy movie playing who's dad? Mark Wahlberg's dad. You know.
In the job description right there, right? That one.
Let's see.
Just not enough.
Speaking of Archie comics, do I watch Riverdale? I get this question asked a lot. I do want to watch it because I am a fan of Archie. I haven't watched it yet. It's on my playlist for Netflix. I'm gonna just binge watch it. I know it's in the second season. They've already brought in the Black Hood. I was like, what? I was like, whoa. So no, I haven't watched it yet. Wow, it's true. Archie ended its wow. So Sonic's going to IDW now. Wow, that's really interesting. Is Mega Man still with Archie? I think he's still. I remember when they did that Mega Man Sonic crossover. That was great. I love that.
Yeah, also great that baby don't came across it.
Yeah, that was good too.
The two blue bombs.
Yeah. Would you like to see Orion on the big screen? So, who do you think could portray him? Most than likely, we're going to see Orion. They're bringing Darkseid, so you know most likely they're bringing the new gods. As for who can play him,
I'm just going to try and take all these guys down.
That's a tough one.
End up making a play, but White Freeney.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I can't really think of anybody right now who would pull off Orion. Next up, Ryan McCaffrey. Hey, Chris. What's up? Let's see. Oh, just waiting on some more questions. Load up, bastard. I got two places to load because
He said they never take a play off. Never.
Just see my favorite crossover. Green Arrow Hunter. Okay. Somebody, I guess he retracted his message. Okay.
And Pete Carroll, he's a passionate guy, and this team plays with great passion, and I know they have a lot of people hurt. But that passion.
He's just as strong as Superman. He's strong. He's not stronger than Superman.
Whether you're watching them in a meeting, whether you're watching them play a game out there, there's a guy with a lot of passion about a lot of things right now.
He's Darkseid's son, so yeah. Yeah.
Arizona for the onside kick. 6-point game to be executed by Dawson. And timeout taken before. So Arizona showed you their best option on the onside kick, and Pete Carroll waits to that last second to call the timeout. Give a chance. Their special teams coordinator Brian Schneider, rest of the group to look
next question. Hold on. Oh, okay. Here we go. Green Arrow Hunter should Priyaka or Chopra play Catwoman in DC. Oh, you're talking about the actress from Quantico. I wouldn't mind. I mean, not the biggest Catwoman fan, so okay. No. Sorry, I'm not. Let's see. Comic Freak X. Do you feel Batman could work in the Arrowverse? Yeah. They already dropped Bruce Wayne's name like in an episode, so it's like stop dropping this guy's name if you. I don't understand why they don't want to. No, I understand why they don't want to, but it's stupid. It's like you can have your small screen actor play this character in your big screen. And now once again, Ben Affleck's going on saying that he doesn't know if his future as Batman is going to keep going. It's like, how many times does this guy keep saying that? He keeps saying that, and I'm just like, let's see. Didn't Sonic cross with other Capcom stars characters? The biggest one was he crossed with Mega Man. That's about it, and it was fun as hell. Let's see. Is the DC Extended Universe ready for Cyborg Superman? That would be the closest thing we could get to a darker Fantastic Four, rightfully. Once again, as I always said, the DC Extended Universe is still a work in progress. They still are working. It's a learning process. It's a work in progress. They're starting to get in the right direction. They're, and some characters just don't work dark. Like I can't be seeing every movie a dark Flash being dark. But I could maybe see Cyborg Superman, Hank Henshaw. I don't know. Let's see.
No, I can't take all the credit for this takeover. Whatever. I know a good opportunity.
We're getting the proper Death of Superman movie. Real Manos. Hey there. Hey, Manos. How you doing? Yeah, how you doing? Good to see you or hear you. Just thank you for coming by. I missed a question. I know I did.
Fresh, tasty, and created using only the best ingredients. Choose from our range of over 90 delicious snacks. We'd like to invite you to try a hand-picked box for free. Go to grace.com and we'll send a free box directly to your office or home.
I know I seen
it. May even help you keep your hand out of the cookie jar.
Should
Grace.com and enter the code E37
Charles, wait, hold on. Comic Freak X. Should Jim Hammond Human Torch be added into the MCU? Yeah. The original Human Torch. We already saw him. He was in Captain America. First Avenger. You saw him at the fair. That man in that canister too. That was him. If we can't get Johnny Storm, I would go with the original Human Torch. I love Jim Hammond. I've always said this, guys. This is my motto about respect the characters that came before, and you appreciate the ones you have now. And Stiltman. No, I'm talking. I said before. I ain't say you ain't gotta respect Stiltman. I've always enjoyed Jim Hammond. The Human Torch, the original Human Torch. He's a lot stronger than Johnny. He can do a lot more than Johnny. His fire is not just flames; it's actually a nuclear. So when he's hitting you with his flames, it's not only just burning you; you're getting radiation poison as well. He's been member of the Invaders. He's a close friend of Steve Rogers. So yeah, I would love to see that. Now what was I doing? I saw some more questions. Okay, I'm pretty good. Good to be seen. Looks like Bad Boys is getting a spin-off TV series centered around Gabrielle Union's character. Series received a pilot from NBC. Looking forward to it. Really? Wow. Market. So Sid's getting a spin-off, huh? Well, I do love Gabrielle Union. You know, she's one of those actresses I want to see in a superhero movie. I actually want to see her play like a superheroine. I think she was good. Be great. You know, I haven't read her new book. She has a new book that came out, and it goes really in depth into a lot of things she's experienced. And but I've always been a fan of Gabrielle Union. It's always something about her. Just you look at her, you know, she's just so chill, but I don't know, she has like a sophisticated vibe to her. But wow, she's getting a TV. We'll see. You know, because her show on BET, Being Mary Jane, is ending. So, just give us the movie already. Oh, okay. Sony removed Bad Boys. What? Okay, Real Man. Who has the film rights to Namor? Is he possible for the MCU? From what I last heard, that Namor is back with Marvel. He was with Universal, but Marvel has the rights back to him, and I would love to see the Atlanteans of the Marvel universe in the MCU. You know, it'd be really cool to explain where they've been. You know, what's been going on with them. I've always said this. I've always pictured like an end credit scene where two boys are fishing. It's funny. They're fishing, and the kids, when his friends like, "Oh, I got some. It's a big one." And next you know, it's coming out, and then you just see Namor come out the water, and he looks down at them. Where are your leaders? And they just run away, and he just like, you know, just it'd be cool. I know there's one actor that has been interested in playing Namor, and the actor is Brian T. If you don't know who he is, look him up, Google him. He wants to be Namor because there has been interest as bringing Namor, but they're talking about even making him Asian. You know, because let's in the DC extended universe, Aquaman is not white. He's Polynesian. You know, Jason Momoa is Hawaiian. So I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind an Asian Namor. I would be okay with it. But yeah, I'd love to see Namor. Namor is definitely on the list of characters I want to see. And Marvel is going on record to say, you know, once Phase 4 starts, it's going to be completely different. So, hey. So yeah, what the hell? Okay. So yeah, I'd be all for it. I'd be all for Namor. I definitely want to see him. But yeah, he was under Universal, but I think Marvel got him back. It's too bad we can't get an Invaders movie. Too bad we could never have gotten that Invaders movie I always wanted. Green Arrow Hunter. Do you think Green Arrow movie should adapt Year One? Year One and Longbow. Pretty much. I could see that. Yeah, Gabrielle Union, you know, she's a talent. She's really talented. What's your favorite N64 game? Perry King asked me that. Excluding like the wrestling games, I would say GoldenEye or Perfect Dark. There you go. What's your favorite PlayStation game? My PlayStation, Metal Gear Solid. That's one of them for sure. If Howard the Duck is in Guardian of the Galaxy, then we can forgive Steel and Shaq. Can give them one more chance. I would love to see Steel show up sometime in a future Superman movie or so. John Henry Irons, the real John Henry Irons, you know, not what we did with Shaq. And Howard the Duck showing up in Guardians made more sense, in my opinion. First of all, big ups to Seth Green for voicing him. You know, I thought it was really funny. You know, but yeah, I would love to see Steel again. You know, him and his daughter Natasha. That'd be really cool. Indeed. Not to say that I wouldn't want you know, there's, you know, with the DC, they call this the expanded universe. I would just say DC Cinematic Universe. Marvel doesn't own that name, so I don't even care. But you know, I want to see some more characters. Like I want to see Black Canary. I want to see. What I really want is a JSA movie. You know how I feel about the JSA guys. I'm more of a JSA fan than I am a Justice League fan, and that's real. That's real. Actually, Namor has to be that way. I would not want to see them change Namor's character. If he's a dick, he has to stay that way. That's part of his character as of right now. He is a part of both worlds, but he's more about his Atlantean side than his human side. He's different than Aquaman. Aquaman has embraced both sides. Namor, he kind of has not embraced it, but you know, I mean, I would love to see him change a little bit. Like one of the reasons why I like Namor, but there's always reasons why I've always said, you know, I want to see this fool get his ass beat. Somebody beat him down, put him in his place one time. It's because of his attitude. I'm like, but he doesn't pull that attitude with Cap. It's like that just shows the kind of respect that he has for Steve. It's like you also got to look at it from when they were in the war together, he was totally different, and then he changed. You know, it's kind of crazy. Am I looking forward to the Miles Morales animated movie? Yeah, I'll see where they go with that. All right, we'll see how it is.
Enforced turnovers as well as steals. Westbrook, active hands, coming up with another one.
Who's playing?
Steals right now.
Who is that?
The Nuggets.
Oh, Nuggets.
13 assists and 18 made baskets. They've been very efficient. It's Murray facing the defensive person. Shot clock is down to 5. Baseline pass. Harris with a three. Great shot. And Gary Harris is shooting 45%.
Let's see here what we got here. Comic Freak X. Wait, no, Charles. Wait, oh, that's Charles and Perry is talking. Sorry. Comic Freak X. RIP Dark Universe. Yeah, man. I read that pretty much the Dark Universe that was supposed to be the rebirth of the Universal monsters it's come to an end. Alex, I think, yeah, that's one of the reasons the Mummy didn't do as well as they wanted it to do, and Alex Kurzman, who was the head for it, he left. Yeah, it's sad because there was supposed to be a Bride of Frankenstein movie. There was going to be Johnny Depp was going to be the Invisible Man. Russell Crowe was Mr. Hyde, Dr. Jekyll. Yeah, it does suck. That's messed up. Honestly, I think they just came out with that movie the wrong time. I think that was another thing. Timing also matters, guys. And the Mummy, I think they just tried to recapture what the Brendan Fraser version captured, because those came out in the summer too, and they did very well. And of course, Tom Cruise, Tom, has a star power that is like people go see Tom, and I'm a big Tom Cruise fan too. But it was just like, I don't know. It's just, I read like the whole synopsis of it, and I'm like, okay. And I saw a little bit of it, so it's like, I didn't care if the Mummy was female. I was like, I don't care about that. It is what it is. And speaking of females, it's kind of cool because they showcased what the actress who's going to be the new Doctor Who, what she's going to be wearing, and I actually like her look. I like the look. I'm like, okay. And it's kind of funny I bring up Doctor Who because in this latest episode of Flash, Joe's girlfriend, her daughter, was talking about Doctor Who, and Joe even asked her, "Are you a Doctor Who fan?" She's like, basically, she said no, but now that she's a female, yeah. I'm like, really? Come on with that.
I'm not Calvin, but the Calvin was not Catnip. I deal with it.
Yeah, it's just
so basically once her run is over, and
that's what
Doctor goes back to being a guy.
Yep, that's the bottom of it.
I wouldn't see a poll if that has, in terms of the female demographic, that has been a case of okay, the rise, like how many new Doctor Who fans have come on board due to the gender change?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question indeed. Well, I would tell you definitely, guys. I'd say right. Oh, okay, here we go. All right. Pretty much, depending on which characters, even though anime characters are more likely from anime or from manga, so yeah. But most of the time, yeah, they are. I mean, look at Aizen from Bleach. Dude was OP strong for no reason. It was crazy.
It's going to continue to be a work in progress because of spacing. When they knock down threes like this, Anthony doing a good job of just camping behind that three. That's his fourth three of this game. 6-time All-NBA.
Oh, okay. Doctor Who, Legends of Tomorrow, or Quantum Leap. I love them all, but if I was to pick one, I'm going Quantum Leap. I love Quantum Leap. That's my show. I grew up watching that show. It was that show that made me love Scott Bakula and why I follow Scott Bakula everywhere he goes now. Any show he's on, I'm peeking in to see how he's doing on the show. That's why I love NCIS New Orleans. It's mainly because of him. It was mainly because of him, but I love the cast now. But it's mainly because of him. And I never was an NCIS fan. I didn't watch the original. And when they said New Orleans was coming out, I was like, I'm going to watch this. Scott Bakula. Indeed.
Oh my God. I haven't seen a conversion with it too.
All right. Next question. If you were a Pokemon, what type of would you be? I was a Pokemon, a water type, or a fighter type. There you go. Comic Freak X, last question. Who is your all-time favorite Street Fighter characters? All-time favorite Street Fighter characters. How many you want? I can give you 6. Ryu, of course. And this is from a guy who used to hate Ryu. I used to hate him. But I've come to really love his character. Ken, Chun-Li. That's what I call like the Trinity. I still think they need to hook Chun-Li and Ryu up. Can you imagine what their child could be like?
Slowly, like your network. That's why they switched to Metro PCS. Because they figured out they could form lines with unlimited high-speed data.
Well, those are my 3 right there. Ken, Ryu, Chun-Li. Fei Long's up there, you know, people like that.
Anybody have fish sandwich?
Or you can get a real deal.
So yeah, thank you. Did you see I don't watch Death Battle. Don't, please. I do not watch Death Battle. Can't stand them.
4 long years for a fuller flavor.
I don't watch Death Battle, Will. Because they just go all over the place in terms of informing people on the character. And I just don't watch them. I don't. Orville or Star Trek Discovery. I haven't watched any of those shows, but I want to watch those. Discovery, you got to watch on the CBS app. I don't like that. I'm like, why don't they just have it on CBS? Period. But I got to check it out. I do want to watch Star Trek Discovery. Java's got to go. Bye, Barry. Of the 3 Street Fighter live action movies, which one is most tolerable? The 3 Street Fighter live action movies. What? There's only been. Oh wait. There's only been 2. There's Street Fighter with Van Damme, Chun-Li. That's it. There's the only 2, not 3. Yeah. There's only been 2.
Yeah, because there is a movie called Street Fighter, but it has nothing to do with.
No, that's Sonny Chibi.
And it came out way before Street Fighter.
Yeah, that's Sonny Chibi. That's no. Out of them, which one is tolerable? I would somewhat say the 94 with Van Damme in them is somewhat tolerable. You know, but it is what it is. I can't watch the Chun-Li one. No, can't. Well, I guess that's about all the questions. I guess anybody else got any? Well, I would say, guys, get your last questions out. If you have any more questions, now's the time to get them out to me before I wrap this up for today. I want to thank, in any way, I want to thank everybody for coming out. I know I started a little late. I apologize for that. But I just want to thank everybody for coming out. So everybody that dropped a dime, you guys are my pack, as I always say before. You are my betas. Thank you very much, my betas. My betas. Here we go. Yeah, I'm a big Teen Wolf fan, so other than that, I guess that's all the questions. Nobody's got any more. If there is any more questions, Follow up to that, I will answer them in a later date. But other than that, guys, this is TheMtVernonKid. Oh, wait, one popped up. What is the worst, absolutely worst video game movie? Oh shit. Okay. What is the worst, absolutely worst video game movie? Jeez, you want that? I say Super Mario Brothers. Double Dragons up there. The worst has got to be Super Mario Brothers. The worst is Super Mario Brothers. Do you think Bruce Banner will return in Marvel Legacy series? He's returning in the No Surrender. So yeah, he's coming back. Good. But other than that, looks like that's all the questions. Once again, thank everybody for coming out. For open mic night, my next open mic will be the 30th. The 30th of this month, which is a Thursday. So I will see you guys in 2 weeks for the next open mic. Other than that, guys, you guys take care. Don't forget, guys, to like, subscribe. I put up 2 more editions of the Opinion Spot. I will be also putting up comic reviews as well. If you want to find out where I'm going to review these books, just ask me as well. But other than that, thanks for watching. See you guys next time, as always. I'm Vernon Kid. I'm the Geek High Lord of New York. Bids all my betas, my pack. I do.
Young played very well off the bench to begin this season for Oklahoma City.